Hi, good morning, team. Get unstuck. Welcome to day two. How's everybody feeling? Did we, answer all the questions and do everything that was in the workbook? I know some of the life assessments and the questions. I mean, it requires some thinking and it does require some time. So I would encourage you not to take any shortcuts with regards to it because it's going to give you that foundation. Like clarity is the foundation for you to be able to move forward. So today I thought what we'd do is we kind of, pick up on that momentum and I've got six more clarity questions to go over with you. And then from there, we're going to just talk a little bit about self-talk and the importance of that and what it does to your life. So let's get started with the clarity questions. Again, I'm going to put together a workbook for anybody that officially signed up, and you'll get that along with this video in your email. Again, it's not too late. I always do post where to officially sign up so that you can be on the email list to get all these things. But if not, I mean, you can just kind of listen to the questions, pause and answer it. Make some notes in your journal. All right. So the first one is we're going to, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but we want to go back to your passions. So what are your main interests in life? I had, when I did this, and I did this again a couple of weeks ago, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had 7 things that I was interested in and passionate about in my life. So you can write down as many as you like, but I had 7 main things. The next question is, describe the best of who you are. The 3 words that describe the best version of yourself. So how would you, like if you had the best version of yourself right now, what would be the top 3 words that would be used to describe that person? Okay, so the next one is identify the person you want to be. So that could be, um, a better business owner. It could be, you want to be more patient. Like what is it that you, the person that you want to be going forward, throughout this challenge, throughout maybe the next 90 days? What are you striving to be? And it could be a better parent. I mean, whatever it may be. And then we need to identify the skills that you need to learn to get you there. All right. So for me, one of the biggest challenges for me is always being present. I think I mentioned that previously. And one of the skills that I am still mastering is the skill of meditation and to stop and, refocus my brain and just kind of be and breathe, right? So those are the skills that I'm still working on, in order to be more present. But what is it that you are trying to do? And what skills are you going to need to acquire in order to grow into that person? Okay. So we did the assessment yesterday and we answered all the questions. So now it's like thinking about those questions in mind, describe what you hope to achieve in this week, in the week ahead. So what is it that you're wanting to achieve? Again, it's going to come back down a little bit to those why questions that I asked before we started the challenge. But again, I want you to go a little bit deeper now that you've answered those why questions and then did the work for day 1. So just go a little bit deeper. Like, what is it that you're hoping to achieve at the end of this challenge? All right. So the next one is surround yourself with the right people. 3 people that have the most positive impact on my life and I will lean on as my support network include. So the top 3 people in your life, now it doesn't have to be the closest people to you. It can be just people that you feel, um, have the most impact, positive impact on your life and the people that you feel that you can lean on. Who are those 3 people? And the next one is, and we're going to get a little deeper into this in the coming days, but it's something that I just want you to start thinking about, and that is your morning routine. I know we talked a little bit about that in a previous post where I said, when you wake up, is the first thing you do is kind of reach for the coffee. I'm hoping that, I managed to change some of you, and perhaps the first thing you're reaching for now is a lemon water and allowing your body to just naturally wake up. So I want you to think a little bit more about your morning routine now. And again, we're going to spend a whole module on this or a whole day on this. But the first hour of each morning, I will spend my time doing. And it's kind of like ... So again, if you have the PDF, that's what it's going to look like. Something I have planned for today that I could do with real intention and excellence is. So we're setting up your day. What does the first hour of your day look like? And what's something that you can really achieve and do and have some real intention behind for your day? All right. So again, this is just in preparation for, one of the sessions that we're going to have in the coming week. But again, if we think about the why is your foundation, then we're going to layer it with the clarity. And now we've got extra clarity. So we're building it up and we're, becoming stronger. And I guess, just having a little bit more insight into ourselves, actually taking the time to think about these things, because I think sometimes, and me included, you get so busy and you're flustered and there's so many distractions and so many things, vying for your attention in any given day. We neglect ourselves and what it is that we really want out of this one precious life that we have. All right. So please spend some time on yesterday's questions, and then obviously this is building on what we did yesterday, as well as some of the things that are going to happen in the coming week. All right. So the next part I want to talk about is, and I'm just putting my notes here so I can kind of talk to you and not forget anything, but is learning to master your self-talk. Now, for me, that was one of the most difficult things, because I was telling myself all kinds of things all the time. And it even comes back to something that is very simple, like I'm too tired. I'm stuck. I hate this. I hate my life. I mean, whatever it is that you're telling yourself, you're not good enough. You're not strong enough. You can't do this. That's what you're feeding your mind, right? So mastering it, obviously the thoughts, especially about ourselves, and I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget, drive our esteem, our self-esteem, our resilience. I mean, the ability to be able to just bounce back and pick yourself up from a situation. Your confidence, definitely going to affect that. How we show up on a day-to-day basis. All of that feeds into all of those things. Okay. And then there's going to be that perception, our energy, that, how we carry ourselves into the world on a day-to-day basis. People are then going to see us as that instead of who we really are, if that makes sense. So it's hard to experience joy if you have negative self-talk. All right. So, and it's the number one thing that that determines how we feel about ourselves and impacts our happiness. So again, how can we master that? So if we say something like, I am whatever it is, that is going to shape our identity. That is going to shape who we are, because that's how we are talking to ourselves. That's how we view ourselves, whether it's true or not. That is going to start shaping who we are. So my question to you is, what has your self-talk been like in the past few days? And I'd like you to really journal on that. Has it been positive? Could it be? And instead of saying, I'm exhausted, I can't do this, for example, how would you turn that around? What would you say to yourself instead? You know, maybe it's like, oh, I'm just not feeling my best. Maybe I didn't rest enough and I need to do this in order to do this, and just be more mindful instead of going straight to the negative. So I want you to work on journaling on that question, and what affirmations resonate with you, and what affirmations, or maybe what can you change in what you're telling yourself to, I guess, control your thoughts better, right? Because we can control our thoughts. A lot of the times, again, you've probably heard this 1,000,001 times, we cannot control some of the things that happen in and around our lives, but we can control how we react to it and what we tell ourselves about ourselves. So I would highly encourage you, and this is something that has taken me a long time, but to be kind to yourself. You're going to hear me say that a lot of times going forward, because you have to be kind to who you are, and you have to honor who you are as a person. And you're not always going to be on high speed, fast forward, jumping through hoops and doing all these great things. Some days you're going to, like I said, I think it was yesterday, you're going to go from the bed to the couch, and that's about all you can master in that moment. But that's okay. Listen to your body. Know what it needs. Nourish it, which we'll be talking about. But most importantly, today, I'll need you to nourish your mind with good stuff, because you are stronger than you think. You can do great things. It's just a matter of changing a couple of little things. Okay. So be mindful of what you say to yourself each and every day. And I'll see you tomorrow.